Hello. Welcome. It's two of me. Don't ask me why I'm doing this, but it's something fun. So, anyways, first things first, please let me know if you can hear the microphone and audio is sounding good. I need to make sure that everything sounds good. Welcome. Hello. I see Val and Punk Floyd Four Eyes is here already. Double cam. Yes, I'm rocking the double cam. It is two of me. How can you handle it? There's a microphone here, so check that out. Anyways, yes, welcome. Hello, welcome to everybody. How are you doing today? It's nice to see everybody. So let me see. Yes, audio's working. Snap. I don't know if it has anyways, that's a really cool surround sound effect. I tried to get game streaming working, but I can't get my capture card on the stream. My computer's not recognizing it right now, so we'll have to just bypass that. It looks like stream is okay. I can see the emojis and actual on my laptop, which is where my other cam is focused. See, this is from my laptop. So what I wanted to do real quick, we'll jump into something right off the top and just walk through a couple of items that I wanted to talk about. How many people are familiar with Per Listen as a brand? I'm not sure who else is watching. I guess it's me and the two of you so far. I'm seeing 3 watchers. It's probably me monitoring it. So anyways, so Per Listen is a really great brand that came out a little while ago with their, I think it's the RT line or S series. So the S series line was the first. It's got the checkered pattern cones. It's how you recognize it from the ST line. Let me see if I can find the ST line in here. There's one. There's no checkered pattern, so that's the R series, and this would be the S series. So I wanted to just talk about Per Listen a little bit because I saw something today that came out. Shout out to Shane Lee and his crew who did a little bit of a video earlier today. That was the first time that I had noticed these things being launched at all. So Punk Floyd Fires is saying, and I don't have to read it out because there it is. Yeah, it's collaborative. So what you guys say, I can bring it up on screen for everybody in the world to see after the fact. I love this platform, and it's a little bit widescreen. Also, I can have people co-host with me where you can join and we can all be on screen together, much like I have both of me for no reason. So this is like a trial, and I want to try to do this new thing. Yeah, so Per Listen's been out for a while. They've hit, I believe they're the first THX Dominus rated product, which means Dominus is a large room format for sound pressure and sound quality over space. So I believe that they're the first that are Dominus rated, which is amazing. And then they came out with the R series, which is a little bit reduced in price. So some of the materials are different. The drivers are a little bit different. But that's who Per Listen is. So what you may or may not know is if you check the designs, you see that the way that these are designed with the waveguide, this kind of look, they might look familiar. They might look a little bit like a Rendall sound. So that's a Per Listen. That's a Rendall. So the reason why I'm showing these brands back to back might be a little bit obscure to people. And the reason why they look similar might not necessarily be clear for fans and industry people. Some may know, some may not know. But from my understanding, the same designer, acoustic engineer designer, worked on Arundel Sound and also works and a part owner of Per Listen. So a designer that was already hired to do specs on some projects eventually made their own product. So Per Listen is a result of their work, And Dan Romer, from what I recall of the name, is the engineer behind Per Listen and the designs for Arundel Sound. But what some people might not also realize is there's another contender in the block that also shares the same look and design with the deep waveguide and engineering specs. So Monolith series speakers from Monoprice, which are here. This is what I would consider the basic bottom line entry level type of hi-fi theater speakers, which I own. I have an entire system of them here. I have the towers in the front. I have the bookshelves acting as a center because I have the centers turned vertical and on my sides and the back, which you can't see even though I've got massive lights in my face and I'm sweating. That's why I look shiny. So between the Per Listens and the waveguide and the orientation of the drivers and Arundel Sound with the waveguide and the driver type of specs and Monolith, you have the same sort of characteristics and look. So where is all this going? Where is all this going? I want to showcase what Shane Lee and his group of friends discussed a little bit earlier, which is a new product. This is a new line, from what I understand, a new line of Per Listen speakers, which has a completely different design. The waveguide is actually, as you can see, partially in front of the mid-woofer, which is typically unheard of. I can't recall too many speakers anywhere, unless it's a coaxial driver where the cone of the woofer, let me enlarge my face. So the cone of the woofer is here, and there's a tweeter that would stick out in the middle or would sit sort of in the middle of the cone. So these, as you can see, have a little bit of a different thing going on. They have the tweeter that's in the waveguide, which is pretty normal, but the woofer's partially covered by the equal diameter tweeter, the waveguide. The towers, same thing. Now, like I said, shout out to Shane. He's the first one to show these images, and I don't know if they're leaked or not. And I'm just piggybacking on the fact that they were shown earlier, and I'm just freaking out. I wanted to do a complete deep dive on all of the different products. Like I said, the Per Listens in the R series, the S series, their Arundels 1700, 1600 have the same sort of design. The Monolith Encores, as far as I know, they're all partially designed by Dan. And now this new product came out, and I just wanted to put all these together. So that's why we're doing this today. Yeah, they're really interesting. I've never really seen this sort of partially covered bit before. I don't know how they're going to measure. I'm sure that the looks are a bit deceiving. We don't ever know what something would sound like by just looking, so it's hard to really tell at this point. But yeah, from what I can see, it's a bookshelf, a tower, and a middle monitor, sort of maybe center channel. You could turn this on its side and use it as a center channel. And I guess the idea is because the center of the cone and 2/3 of the cone are still visible, that this overlap is not going to cause too much diffraction or redirection or any of that kind of thing, as we've seen with brands like Sonus Faber, which I can look up here real quick. Dun, dun, dun. No private information here. No, I don't want to do that. I can look it up somewhere else. I can actually look it up on my other computer. So the new Sonus Fabers actually have a phase plug over top of the mid-range to redirect the sound. So yes, I'm thinking you're right. Punkler 4 Eyes saying wouldn't reflect the sound upwards and down. So it's going to, but you'd have to consider the types of frequency crossover points. Like it's bringing the acoustic centers closer, and also the time arrival, like where the cone at the back and the dome are in the same time domain. It, depending on the crossover point and how they've blended it, you may not really get any kind of interference there at all. And I'm sure that Dan is capable of designing that way. Yeah, and downwards on the tower. So up would reflect the sound up on the bookshelves and up and down on the towers. Yes. Now, it really depends on how the crossover frequencies are managed and what the crossover network is actually doing with some of the timing. It may or may not interfere with anything. I mean, the sound is still coming from the basic point, but what kind of interferences are you going to hear? Is there other technologies on the back that we don't know about? Are there like air foils or something to redirect the sound or air frequencies, or is it damped on the back? Like is there like padding so it absorbs the frequencies? Like we don't know at this point. We're not sure what it is. I mean, the air has to go somewhere for sure, but I'm sure that there's something going on in the back to direct the sound in a certain way that it's doesn't cause interference. Maybe it directs the sound outwards, you know what I mean? Like it hits that surface and it has fins to direct the sound out. It could be like we don't know, and these images are so new that who knows if they're legitimate. First of all, am I going to get in trouble for showing anybody? And from what I understand, these images are coming from Asia somewhere. They're only available. They've only been shown in maybe the Hong Kong show. So it might be really, really early for this to have been shown. Yes, exactly. Compared to a concentric design. So these versus like a KEF center channel, because the KEF center channel is an MTM, basically woofer, mid-tweeter in the middle. And this is a way around that where they can use a classic dome in a two-way like this, using a waveguide for the dispersion. It's interesting to see that. I mean, that's the real point and the discussion point for this show. I just wanted to talk about how that works. I want to see if I can share from my other screen. Yeah, there we go. Let's put Terry's face up here on blast. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing this one. Remove and add to stream, and then I'm going to go in here. It's going to ask. I can't share from this computer. Anyways, remove. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to look it up and then I will share the screen with everybody again. Also, can anybody let me know like what the background sound is? Like if you can hear any like background music. There should be a little bit of background music in the stream, but not very much. I put on some lo-fi loop. Images. I want to see the mid-range. Let me see. Lightly, that's good. I like lightly. Okay, so let's go to. There we go. Okay, so there's the towers that I was talking about. Not too loud, not too quiet. Perfect. Thank you for the feedback. That's awesome. Okay, so here are the Sonos Faber Amati speakers. This is the older models. You see there's no phase plug in the way here. The older models just had a solid plug. A little bit of something there in the way. The newer version actually has a plug in the front, and I don't know why it's not coming up. So there's the new one there on the side. I'm trying to find a blown up image of that. The phase plug in the new ones does what we were just talking about in the for the new those new photos of the perlistens is it redirects the sound both up, down, and left and right, basically in a spherical pattern. Why is it not showing that? Crazy. Should probably just look it up on the website. That would be better. Yeah, let's just look it up on the website. It's definitely going to have images of it in here. I don't mean to be advertising for them, but because it's new and it's relevant to what I'm discussing, and I can't show anything from the perlistens because there's nothing there to show right now. Where is... Shout out to Livio. Thank you very much for all the designs. That's a really nice model there. Features. No, here we go. That doesn't even show the image. Wow, why is it so hard to find an image of something like that? I just found it when I wasn't trying to showcase what everybody, like what I'm talking about. That figures. As soon as I try to showcase something that I want, it disappears. Let's see if I can look for something new. So it showcases some of it, but it doesn't showcase exactly what I want to show off. Nothing zoomed in. Let me see. Anyways, yeah, the idea of the phase plug is to redirect the sound in all directions, so that way it casts a more universal sound or sound energy into the field. So we don't know by just looking at the image that this waveguide shape with the dome, with the waveguide over top of the woofer a little bit. I mean, like, it's only 1/3 of the cone, and 1/3 in wavelengths, and like we're talking about interference with a frequency wavelength that might be a lot longer than that. So it may not affect the sound at all. It's so strange that I can't get an image of that mid-range. I just had one. It's the most frustrating thing. As soon as I need it to work, it doesn't work. Come back to me. Come back to me. Let's see if this works. See, this is a phase plug, but it doesn't show where it is. There's the hard cap on the Olympica Novas. No, it's wild. I'm not seeing. Anyways, this wasn't about them. So anyways, what I wanted to just talk about real quick, is the design here for the waveguide and the tweeter placement and the waveguide over the woofer for what is suspected to be new Perlisten speakers. It's new to me. I didn't know that these were coming. I had no idea until Shane and his group showcased them earlier today. So when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, definitely want to do something about that. Yeah, they look pretty cool. Again, I apparently they're only available in certain places right now. Apparently Asia's showing them. So I know that there was a Hong Kong HiFi show just recently. So I'm pretty sure that that's what these are coming from, a show like that. Of course, with design, I mean, the things that I've been doing lately with design, I've been getting mixed sort of results about. I've enjoyed it in terms of like from an art standpoint, but I'm not going to win any. I'm not going to win any like awards for design format from my stuff. Of course, they're imperfect, and I keep saying that even at my best and as creative as they look and whatever the images turn out to be, I still need somebody with some skills to go in and actually make them perfect. So right now, because I don't know what those skills are, I've been set to teach myself how to do that and teach myself those skills, because I've been offered jobs to do this kind of work, to do product placement work, where I've been requested or suggested to do some kind of advertising. And I'm going to show off a basic image of what I tried to do. And this looks very rough. I mean, I love these speakers, which is why I tried. But here's the original image, and all I did was just paste them on top, and that's not good enough. And in my opinion, that's not quite what I need to be doing. Sure, the background looks great, and generating a background is awesome, but in order to do advertisement shots and something that looks properly placed, we can't have this. There's no shadows. It doesn't look right. That's not quite good enough. I mean, Estelon's amazing. They're beautiful products. Having an asset like this is great because I can sort of use this image to place product in certain areas around the space, but I still need to figure out how to actually blend them correctly in terms of in the space with the right lighting, so it makes sense, so it looks more like a hi-fi sort of setting. Even if I used one of these and turned this one in and copied it and turned the other one in, I would still have to cut and splice the furniture, and it's a lot of skill that I don't have. So while I'm doing this for the fun of it, I also really, really respect people who have the skills already to actually finish and complete this work. So one other thing that I want to talk about, something else new that I saw, is these. This is another waveguide type of product. This is a theme for today, waveguides. This is a professional monitoring product that I just saw in a video from Kali Audio. Kali Audio's got this Santa Monica project, basically, which looks like a 3-way, which is typical of their products. 3-way powered monitor, 5.5 inch woofer, 4-inch mid-range with a concentric tweeter, 99 or 999, so basically $1,000. Some of the specs look like they're really good. It's probably an upgraded amp. The output looks like it's really improved. The bottom end is not so deep reaching. I mean, -10 at 39 hertz is not too bad, but of course it's for near field, 4 meters at most listening distance, so that's not so bad. There are, let me see, single wire Phoenix connectors, bi-wire Phoenix connectors, which have got to be like a pro audio or recording type of input. Let me see, it's single wire, bi-amp, woofer mid-range tweeter. So self-powered, no. So it's a passive, this is a passive speaker that they're releasing. So that's really interesting. From a monitor type of speaker to go to this kind of technology, that's really interesting, where you can pair these products for either monitoring or hi-fi listening. And actually the waveguide reminds me a lot of Dutch and Dutch. Dutch and Dutch has a really, really big waveguide. Let me look that up now. Let me see. Take this off the stream for a second. Take a look at my face. I have a face, a shiny face today. Dutch and Dutch. If you guys have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get to them as best I can. There's a white one, a black one. Audio. Let me put audio. So the theme of today is yeah, there's a good one. So there's a Dutch and Dutch product. So you see the waveguide here is pretty deep. They have a cardioid type of design here where the air and the woofer not bleeds, but projects bass frequencies to the rear, so it actually cancels out the wall effect. So Kali Audio, here's the waveguide plus a concentric 4-inch driver with a tweeter, which is a really cool idea. I didn't see that they were passive, but apparently, yes, they are passive. Bi-wireable or bi-amp capable. Interesting. So 100 watts, 4 ohms. Yeah, it's nice specs. And I mean, by the looks of it, this waveguide is going to be very smooth, clear, pretty clean roll off, except for the edges here. So that's not so bad, but that's better than nothing. And like I said, it looks a little bit like Dutch and Dutch, and these have gotten great rewards. Although you see, this has got more smooth roll off around the edges. There's nothing sharp about these edges here. The Cali's not so much. You get a little bit of a sharp edge around the side. That would have been one thing to improve. However, that's a pretty good space and loaded sort of design. And there's the specs again. People can screenshot, grab that. So just to recap, there we go. I was thinking about trying some of their monitors. Yeah, Kali makes some pretty decent stuff, to be honest. They've got they do have some pretty good reviews. Most of the guys that I know that have heard them have all said that they're really good. They sound really great. They've got them in a lot of like surround sound studios where you can use something like a 3-way and a concentric, and you can orient the speaker any which way you want, upside down, left and right, centered, whatever. That mid and tweeter is always going to give you the same sound profile because it's symmetrical and concentric, so that the radius or the sound power radius is going to be on axis pretty much everywhere. I mean, Aaron at Aaron's Audio Corner could explain how this works best. And I would say keep your eyes on his channel because he might end up getting a set of these to review. It's pretty close with the Kali guys, and I know that there's been a few through there before. The IN5s, the IN8s have been tested. A couple of those guys have reviewed them before, so I'm only here basically saying, hey, there's something new. We got a pretty good glimpse at these per listens that are coming out with the decent waveguide. They look like the Monolith and the Arundel type of speakers. All of those have been reviewed very highly. People say really good things about those products. I tried to include waveguides basically in some of my designs, but like I said, these all really need work. I think the woodworking and the composition of the photos the biggest offer for stuff like this. It's not like they're not entirely practical. I think it's dreaming to me. Artwork is just dreaming. And then this actual product here you can keep your eyes on. So that's a passive 3-way from Kali Audio coming out, Project Santa Monica. So that's pretty cool. I should have had one of these that said thank you. Hold on. There we go. I love the internet. Thank you guys for watching. This has been pretty nice. I like the format doing it here on YouTube instead of on Instagram, where I get to actually look through everything that I have going on. I can showcase some of the stuff that I enjoy, stuff that I've been learning about throughout the week. If I see anything new or something that I want to showcase, things that people have maybe not seen before, I can showcase it a little bit better by sharing the screen. So this is something that I want to continue to do. Let me see what else did I snag this week. Something else new came out this week, and I just want to make sure that I'm sharing the right images. What is new? These are new. This is what I wanted to showcase. This is something else just for the late crew. Slight slope at the top. Yes. So here's something else that's new that came out. These are the Bowers and Wilkins 600 series that just got a bump in their design. So let me showcase some of the stuff that I saw that was interesting. So yes, there's the overall design. So let me just say this off the top. The black is definitely on the website. The light wood and white is definitely on the website. The white and white is definitely on the website. but this darker brown walnut / black color, this is not on the website. I got this image because of one of the publishers that shared these images shortly after launch. I have no idea if this is official or not. Bowers and Wilkins won't answer me. None of the people that posted these images online will answer if they're real or not. So chances are this was either slated to be released, but decided that they might wait. Because you know how it is. You don't want to give away everything right to begin with. You'll have everybody buy the black, white, or light colored wood, and then like 3 or 4 months later or 6 months later, they'll release the other one, which looks better. And then it'll trigger people to like sell what they have and then upgrade and go buy more. You know how it is. Businesses are always looking to actually sell more products. So I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I just wish that there'd be some transparency there. So they changed the binding post arrangement. So that's where I got it from. I screen captured who was streaming it. I'm actually blocking the way. There you go. It doesn't really matter who showed it. So that's actually a pretty funny caption. Dinner parties into dance parties. So they have increased volume because the drivers are redesigned, and they move the tweeter closer to the acoustic center of the woofer. So that's new. So anyways, that's something new. So let's go back to this. I just wanted to share that real quick. So thank you guys and gals and humans for joining and watching. I'm going to try to share and tag this video in media and tag all the companies and some of the people that I mentioned so that they can see what's going on and have some feedback on the video. The whole point of having these videos on YouTube is that this platform can grow over time, where I don't see a lot of feedback and benefits coming from the Instagram side of things. I don't know how Instagram is monetized or how that even works, but my ability to share and broadcast longer videos in a little bit more of a comfortable setting where I'm seated, I've got all my equipment set up, I can do more with different cameras. I mean, I can add this guy in here for no reason. So that is what it is. I will eventually be able to game share on this platform as well, so I can talk about surround sound systems, how to build out your room, how to make sure that your surround system is in the right place. I have 2 systems in this room with 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 speakers in one room. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Audio is not exactly the easiest thing to get into, but with a lot of help and community, we can actually help each other. So that's why I want to have a community here where I can actually bring on people and other community members to talk about their expertise, what they recommend, if they want to offer some feedback on some things. There's a lot of professionals out there. My place is sort of in the middle where I can connect people to the next thing and guide them in a way that makes sense, where right now I'm not necessarily answering to anybody. I haven't gone about making my success by putting myself in some company's pocket where I have to dance to their tune. I have to say what they want me to say or not say what they don't, you know what I mean? Right now, my freedom and my audience is being built in an organic way where I'm not early to success because I have partnered with brands that are going to have a censorship say on what I have to say about everything. That means that my success is going to allow me a sense of freedom and truth telling that a lot of others that are indebted can't be and can't say. So long as I'm not breaking terms of service on YouTube, I can pretty much say whatever I want with that sense of freedom. And I would love to be able to help and be in service of the movement of the audio industry and be an advocate for the community at large to say what everybody thinks and or feels and voice the opinions of maybe people who don't want to say it. Have a discussion that maybe doesn't take place in a lot of places. That's why I want to move to YouTube, to say what I want to say and what others maybe think but don't say. I don't mind saying it. So anyways, yeah, that's a recap. I wanted to just say that I saw these and I think they're really cool. the Bowers and Wilkins 600 came out, but I don't know what's happening with this brown yet. I mean, I've owned the 600 S2s and they were okay. I mean, obviously I have my Sonus Fabers now, which means I don't really need these. But if I was going to get a set, I really like this set. This black and dark walnut is really good. So yeah, I think they're pretty good lookers. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me just dump this guy, remove that. Thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for joining me on YouTube instead of Instagram. Instagram throughout the week, I will probably still stream at night, 2 a.m. Eastern time or 2:10 a.m. Eastern time until about 2:45. Depends on how fast I walk. When you see the tree, you know I'm done. Anybody who watches me on Instagram is going to know that one. So the best way to stay up to date with me and in the audio industry, I have channels that are on YouTube. I run a Discord. I have an Instagram account. I have a Facebook account. So the best way to stay informed is to, Val knows. My friend Val there knows about the tree. And Plum Floyd 4 Eyes is really awesome and supportive. Check his channel out on Instagram. And what's the FM something? I don't remember what it's called because I can't get it in Canada yet. But yes, there's the AMP app in the US. If you sign up, you can join the channel and check that out. So do that. Be supportive. Yeah, the Instagram, the best way to follow along is to sign up to everything, really, because I'm all over the place. I work a night shift. I have to do as much as I can I have to do as much as I can all week long in different places at different times, and I can't have a set schedule. So the content kind of rolls out in different sections. So no one avenue for me personally is going to showcase quite enough. You kind of have to follow along with everything. So my Instagram account's going to have artwork and photography and live streams every once in a while. The Friday night lineup for HiFi, High Five, and like a bunch of other shows. The community's great there. I just want to be able to take it to a different place where I'm on Instagram all week long. And that one day I want to be able to do something different. So this is a way to mix all that up. But the way to stay informed, like I said, is to follow along with everything at the same name. You'll find me on all of it. So if you want to follow, that's the perfect way to do it. Just stay tuned to all of them. And we'll all learn something new, just like we have here today, like these bookshelves and this color that might not exist yet. So anyways, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Subscribe, share. My Instagram is almost at 2,000 followers. I have about 200 more to go. So that would be fantastic over the next couple of days to see that my Instagram gets over 2,000. Thank you, Val, for the support. Thank you, Mike, for the support. My best wishes go out to everybody in doing their own thing, and whatever struggles you have in life, just know that we all have something. Once in a while, life is going to be like, hey, I've got other plans for you, something you maybe didn't expect. So my empathies and sympathies for everybody going through things. When we come here to enjoy HiFi as a hobby, and we come to ask questions and seek knowledge and get answers for things that we're struggling with in a hobby way, we don't need our answers to be fought tooth and nail just to get more comfort. That doesn't make sense. When we are here enjoying a hobby together, it shouldn't be an argument. It shouldn't be a debate. It shouldn't be a matter of fighting against opinions. It shouldn't be about trying to like cut your way through dark jungle forest just to find your way. That's not what this community should be. You have to expect it because people are just going to be people. But from my perspective to you, and thank you for watching till this point in the end, comment at the end that you made it to the end by saying duck. Just put duck in the comments. That way I know you made it this far. But yes, I mean, make the community better, set a better standard, be a better person to everybody, and the hobby will thrive, is what my message is. Just like we're getting brand new product all the time, they're going to need a community that is strong and unified in order to express answers and guidance through all of this stuff. So thank you very much. You guys are amazing. And thank you for being supportive. So I will see you next time. And until then, check out my playlists, all on the same name. All right. Take care, guys. Have a good night. I'll see you again soon.